Good evening. In this video, we are going to be explaining pi bonds and sigma bonds, their formation, and how to determine their number in a certain organic compound, be it saturated or unsaturated. Now, there are some tricks I'll be showing you guys today, so please watch and learn. Now, how is a sigma bond formed? Now, you should know that sigma bond is a strong bond, first of all. Now, how is it formed? Now, from the first means here, the overlapping of two x orbital should give you a sigma bond 1 to x orbital. Now, secondly, the overlapping of one x orbital and any other orbital. Now, here we choose to use the p orbital, s and p overlap to give you the sigma bond. Then finally, when two p orbitals overlap head to head, now you can see they are head to head overlapping, this should give you a sigma bond. So these three methods gives you a sigma bond. You can see it here, a sigma bond. Now on my top right, I have a pi bond, which is a weaker bond. Now the lateral overlapping or the adjacent overlapping of two p orbital should give you a weak bond known as a pi bond. That's very clear. Now bring your mind back to this place. Now we have a single bond. Now in a carbon to carbon single bond and in a carbon to hydrogen bond, I have a sigma bond there. There is carbon to carbon, this is a single bond. Carbon to hydrogen, this is a single bond. Now this bond here is a sigma bond. Take note, a sigma bond. Now in a double bond, like that of carbon to carbon for the alkenes unsaturated, and that of carbon to oxygen double bond, take note, in this bond, one of the bonds here is a sigma bond and the other is a pi bond. That's very clear. We have two bonds here. One of them is a sigma bond, the other is a pi bond. That's very clear. Now in a triple bond, we have like carbon to carbon triple bond as seen in the alkynes, also called acetylenes. Now we have carbon to nitrogen, three bonds. Now take note, in this three bond, one of the bond here is a sigma bond and the other two is a pi bond. So whenever we have three bonds, we have one pi bond and one sigma bond and two pi bond. Don't mistake it, one sigma bond and two pi bond. That's good. Now you hear this, they'll tell you a double bond is stronger than a single bond, but not 2 times stronger. Don't forget, it is stronger than a single bond, but not 2 times stronger. Now a triple bond is stronger than a single bond, but not three times stronger. Don't forget that. So these are the ways to form sigma and pi bond. Very easy to understand. Overlapping of x and x give you a sigma bond. X are p, sigma bond. 2p head to head, sigma bond. 2p laterally or adjacently should give you a sigma bond. Now let's see some tricks that we can use, or some easy methods that we can use to determine the number of pi bonds and sigma bonds in a compound, be it saturated or unsaturated. Okay, let's forge ahead. Now we have tricks here to calculate number of sigma bonds and pi bonds. Now to calculate the number of sigma bonds, in an organic compound, this is a very short and straightforward formula. Now this is the formula: number of carbon atoms in the compound minus 1 plus number of other atoms. I come over it again. Number of carbon atoms minus 1 plus number of other atoms. I have example 1 here. This guy is a tetrahedral molecule. You all know that's methane. Now let's apply our formula. We are trying to look for the number of sigma bond in this compound. Now we say the formula is what now? Number of carbon atoms. Now how many carbon atoms do we have here? How many carbon atoms do we have here? 1 carbon atom. 1 minus 1. Now 1 minus 1 should give you what? 0. Now don't forget, plus number of other atoms. Plus, now the other atoms we have here are hydrogen. Now how many hydrogens we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 0 plus 4. That should give you what? 4 sigma bonds. Very easy. 4 sigma bonds. Now if you check, this compound is saturated, so there should be no what now? Pi bond. Easy. Now we have question 2. Question 2, we have this molecule. Don't forget, for question 1, no pi bonds. No pi bonds. Now question 2, we have this molecule CH2, double bond CH, single bond C, single bond OH, then we have double bond oxygen here. Now applying our formula also, number of carbon atoms. Now how many carbon atoms do we have in this structure? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 carbon atoms. So I bring it down. 3 minus 1 plus number of other atoms. Now what are the other atoms I can see here? Okay, I have 2 hydrogen here, plus this one making it 3, plus this one 4, plus this oxygen atom 5, plus this one 6. So I bring my 6 down. Now 3 minus 1 is what? 2, plus 6. That should give me 8 sigma bonds. Very easy. Now we have gotten the number of sigma bonds. Now how many pi bonds do we have here now? Now I told you earlier, from here I told you earlier that whenever we have double bonds in between 2 carbon atoms or in between carbon and oxygen, one of them is a pi bond, then the other bond is what? A sigma bond. So come back to this place again. I have two bonds here, so one of them should be what? A pi. So I have 1 pi bond there. Now in between this carbon and this oxygen, I have 2 bonds, so one should be what? A pi. So I have what now? 1 pi bond there again. So automatically I have how many pi bonds now in this compound? 2. So I have 8 sigma bonds, 2 pi bonds. Quite easy. Now let's go further. Let's go further to question 3. Now question 3, C2H2. Now this guy is ethane. Don't forget, ethane is the fuel used in miner's lamp. Ethane is used as fuel in miner's lamp. Now let's see if you can calculate number of pi bonds in ethane and number of sigma bonds. Now if you check, my formula can still work here. Number of carbon atoms, how many? 2 minus 1 plus number of any other atoms. I have 2 hydrogen here. I'll bring it down. 2. Now 2 minus 1 should give me what? 1. 1 plus 2 should give me what? 3. So automatically I have what? 3 sigma bonds in what? Ethane. Now how many pi bonds do I have in ethane? Now I can successfully open the structure to something like this. See, now this is ethane. I have opened the structure. Now I told you earlier on from here that if you have 3 bonds in between 2 carbon atom or 3 bonds in between carbon and nitrogen atom, one of them is a sigma bond, the other is what now? Pi bond, 2 pi bond. So bring your mind back to this place. In between these 2 carbon atoms, I have what's now 3 bonds. So one of them should be what? A pi, and the other 2 should be what? 2. Sorry, one of them should be a sigma. Sorry, then the other 2 should be what? A pi. So I have what now? 2 pi bonds. Yeah. So you can see this formula is quite effective. Now let's run through question 4. Question 4. Now this structure is quite amazing. This structure is quite amazing. Now let's determine our number of sigma bonds first. Sigma bonds. Now sigma bonds, you know, is equal to the number of carbon atoms. Now how many carbon atoms do we have here? Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms minus 1 plus number of other atoms. Now what are the other atoms here? Nitrogen. So how many nitrogen do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nitrogens. I break it down. 4 nitrogens. So 6 minus 1 should give you what? 5 plus 4. So how many sigma bonds do we have now? We have 9 sigma bonds. Very easy, very easy. So how many pi bonds do we have here now? Watch, it is quite easy. I told you, in between 2 carbon atoms, whenever you have 2 bonds, one of them should be sigma, one should be pi. So we have 1 pi bond here. Now if you check at my top left corner, I have this guy, carbon to nitrogen. I have 3 bonds here. So 2 of them should be what? Pi. So I have 1 pi, 2 pi making it 3, then 2 pi here making it 5, 2 pi here making it 7, 2 pi here making it 9. So I have 9 sigma bonds and 9 pi bonds. Then question 5. Question 5. I have C2H4. This is ethene. Now you know ethene is the simplest member of the alkene family, and it is used to hasten the ripening of fruits. Don't forget to hasten the ripening of fruit. Now C2H4. Let me determine my number of sigma bond here. I can still use my formula. Number of carbon atoms. How many? 2. 2 minus 1 plus number of any other atom there, that is hydrogen. 4 hydrogen. 2 minus 1 should give me what? 1 plus 4. Now 1 plus 4 should give me 5. So I have 5 sigma bonds in the ethene molecule. Now if I should open ethene like this is my ethene molecule. Now if you check in between the 2 carbon atoms, I have a double bond. So we should have what? 1 pi bond and 1 sigma bond there. So automatically now I have 1 pi bond in the. Okay, let's forge ahead. Now we are dealing with ethene. So we just concluded that in ethene we have 5 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. Our formula still remains the same. Number of carbon atoms in the compound minus 1 plus number of other atoms, be it hydrogen, chlorine, nitrogen, any other heteroatoms, don't forget. Now I love this number 6 question. I love this structure. Now this is called a stick diagram. Okay, let's forge ahead. Now this question 6, it is an example of what we call a stick structure, a stick diagram. Now you should note that in the stick diagram, every end and every bend indicates a carbon atom. Every end and every bend indicates a carbon atom. Now, how many pi bonds and how many sigma bonds are there in this structure? Now we can solve this question using our formula. It will go well, but for the sake of our viewers, let's open this structure. Now I will take my first carbon atom. I bring it out, my first carbon atom, to the second carbon atom, to the third one, to the fourth one, to the fifth one, to the sixth one, to the seventh one. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbon atoms. Now don't forget this rule in organic chemistry, that every carbon atom must be surrounded by 4 bonds. Now, this is due to the tetravalency of carbon. Don't forget that. Now, if you check, in between carbon 2 and carbon 3, I have a double bond, so I should indicate it. Now, in between carbon 4 and carbon 5, I have a double bond, I should also indicate it. Now, on carbon 3, I have what we call bromine. I should put it here, my bromine. Now, on carbon 6, I have a chlorine. I should put it there. Now, like I told you, each carbon atom must be surrounded by how many bonds? 4 bonds. 4 bonds. So this, my guy, should have a 4 bonds, correct? This one, 4 bonds. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? This one, 4 bonds. This one, 4 bonds. 4 bonds. 4 bonds, correct? Now, let's apply our quick formula. Sigma bonds is equal to number of carbon atoms. How many carbon atoms do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbon atoms. 7 minus 1 plus number of any other substituent, any other atoms. So we have 1 hydrogen. I think I should indicate all of them. Hydrogen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bromine is there. 7, 8. Chlorine is there. 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 12. Let's continue from here. Now, 7 minus 1 is what? 6 plus 12. That should give you 18 sigma bonds. Now, how many pi bonds? Just rush it for me. 1, 2. 2 pi bonds. Interesting. We are going somewhere. Now, number 7 is a very interesting compound. Now, you guys should take this number 7 as assignment. So, drop the answer for me at the comment section. Drop the answer. Then also take this one as assignment. What is the number of pi and sigma bond in neopentane? Now, the first person to get this 7 and 8, we go home with something, or we take something as a prize. So you have 7 and 8 to play with. So go to the comment section, drop the answers. Now, you should subscribe. You should subscribe, like, comment, and turn on post notification in case I drop my next video. So God bless you as you watch and learn. I remain Kobalamin. Thank you.